Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here to do a quick little update on the CPA exam and also talk about how I'm staying motivated while studying. So very quickly, I am currently studying for FAR. I don't know if I've mentioned this before on YouTube, but my test is scheduled for August 6th. So it's coming up very fast. And it's exciting because Jason and I are actually going on our 5-year anniversary cruise like 4 days later. It's seriously crazy how it ended up turning out. But I'm really excited to be done with this section and to go on our cruise and relax for a few days before I start studying for audit. So really quickly, like I said, I'm studying for FAR. I'm doing the 7th chapter right now. So that's all about like pensions, and I think we're gonna go over stockholders' equity and stuff like that. I just watched a lecture on that. So it's going really well. Like I said before, I'm using Becker. For the most part, I really like Becker. I think that they kind of tailor to the way that I learn. I need to like go over the material and then do a lot of practice problems, and that is kind of what Becker is modeled off of. So what I do is I do the lecture, then I either do the skills practice, or I take notes, or those are kind of depending on how much I got from the lecture, how much information's in the actual chapter or section that I'm working on, and then I move on to problems. So that's kind of what I've been doing, and then at the very end I do all of the simulations and all of that. It's been going pretty good so far, but I have to say, with working full-time, with doing YouTube, with having a toddler, getting through 1 chapter a week is about all I can do. And my original plan was to do 2 chapters a week, and there's no way that would happen. There's just no way at this point that I could make that work. So it's going okay so far. I'm happy with how it's been going. I am trying to get ahead because right now I have a week to review, and I think that's going to be pushing it. So I'm trying to get a little bit ahead so that I have more like a week and a half. But we'll kind of see how that works out. Regardless, I'm hoping that I pass on the first try. I'm sure everybody hopes that, but you know, if you don't, you retake it. It's not life or death. You just have to do it again, which would stink, but oh well. So anyway, the whole reason why I wanted to do this video was to talk about motivation. And I wanted to start with the fact that I have been dreaming. I don't want to say dreaming because that sounds really lame. I've been planning on doing the CPA since I took my first accounting class in high school. My teacher spoke about the CPA and spoke about CPAs in general and said how good of a profession it was, and that ultimately accountants become CPAs. So in my mind, that's always stuff like, okay, I'm gonna get my CPA, this is what I wanna do. I loved accounting from the start, and that might totally sound dorky, but just the problem solving really was appealing to me. And so in college, and even after college, getting the CPA was always something that I really wanted to accomplish for me. I get a lot of questions about, why are you doing the CPA when you're a private accountant? Well, let me just say this right now. Look at any job posting for a senior level accounting position. Most of them either require or say preferred for CPAs or MBAs. So although I don't plan on working in public accounting, that is something that you need to move up, or it's at least a benefit to move up. So that's kind of why I'm doing it. A lot of people ask about my goals. For right now, my goal is to pass the CPA. Once I'm done with that, and once I accomplish that, then I will be exploring options of what I want to do in the future and all of that. But for now, this is my main concern. So with that, I just want to say the biggest thing for motivation is that you have to want to do it. You have to do this for yourself. For me, I've always wanted to do this, and it's been a long time coming. I knew I would have to get my master's, and so that was a big hurdle that I had to get over. And now I feel like I'm finally doing something that I've really wanted to do. So although it sucks and I'm missing time with my child and I'm missing family events, I'm not enjoying the summer, it's something that I really want to do, so I think it's worth it. So that's the biggest thing. I think you have to be doing this for you. If you're doing it for other reasons, motivation is going to be really hard for you. In the short term, some things that I have to motivate me. These are really stupid things, but it works. So you just have to find little things along the way that help you. So for me, I'll say, okay, if I finish this section, I'm gonna go downstairs. Let's say I'm studying at work. I'm gonna go downstairs and get some candy because I need a little pick me up. I need a little sugar. So if I finish this, if I get all the questions done and I feel like I'm good, I'm gonna go get some candy. Sometimes I do that with, okay, I really want to finish, I really want to finish this section and get through this section, and then I'll take the weekend off. If I can get ahead enough, I'll take the weekend off. Little things, like things that don't really matter like that, I feel like are short-term motivations for me. Like I said, little treat or something. Oh, if I finish this early, then I'll go get a manicure. Something that obviously is not that big of a deal, but if it's something that you can look forward to in the short term, I feel like it can help you get through. So for me, those are a couple little things short term that help me get through and stay motivated. Again, doesn't take much to keep me motivated, mostly because candy or like, simple things like that really keep me motivated, because I know I shouldn't be eating a lot of candy, but I love candy. So you could do it with anything. You could do it with milkshakes. You could do it with any kind of treats. You could do it with manicures, pedicures. Oh, if I finish this chapter, then I'll get to go out and have drinks with my friends or something. Just little small treats along the way, I feel like help you stay motivated in the short term. Long term, and this is maybe not the right way of thinking about it, but for me this works. In the long term, I know there are lots of things depending on me finishing the CPA. My family is dependent on that. Mostly, like if we decide that we want to have another kid, we're not going to have another kid until, we're not even going to have that conversation until I'm done with the CPA. So I know that part of my family is kind of on hold, because if that's something that Jason and I want to do, we're not going to do it until I'm done. So that's a huge motivator. If I, some days I think, oh, I want a second baby for sure. And then there's other days where Macy's in her terrible twos and I'm like, there's no way. But regardless, if there's days where I'm like, I think it would be a good time to have another baby, in my mind I think, well, I need to get through this material because we're not even having this conversation until I'm done. Again, that's just our family. Not saying that that's how you have to do it at all, but that's a big motivator for me, is that knowing that, like, not that there's a ton of pressure on me because of that, but it's just a goal that I have for myself before I get to that next step with our family. And we have time. I'm 26, so it's not like that's a huge thing, but it is one thing that Jason and I agreed to, and so that's a motivator for me. I also know that professionally, I'm kind of on hold until I finish, because it would be really hard to get a senior level position and also be studying for the CPA. So that's a huge motivator. I feel like after that, I have a lot of leverage to do the things that I'm gonna want to do. And that's a motivator for me, because I know once this is done, I have potential to, move up or whatever. Another thing for me, my camera cut me off. But anyway, another huge motivator for me is to think that once I am done with this, I am done. I've been in school for so long now. For those of you who are not familiar with my story, I graduated with my bachelor's degree in accounting in December of 2013. Yeah, 2013. I took like 3 years off to get some experience. That's when I went back for my MBA. That took 2 years. And so I feel like it's just been a long, ongoing thing. But once I'm done with this, I'm done. And I keep telling myself a couple of sayings, which are kind of lame, but hey, whatever keeps me motivated, right? So I keep telling myself that if the CPA was easy, everybody would be CPAs. And that's a motivation, because you're standing out. You getting this will help you stand out. I also say to myself, if this person can pass, then I can pass. People are not geniuses who take the CPA. There's plenty of people who pass, and if they can do it, I can do it. Just like if I can do it, you guys can do it. If that's what you're, watching this for, if you're trying to get into the CPA, if I can do it, which We don't know yet, but I'm hoping I can do it. Then you guys can do it. I also tell myself this, and I tell myself something else, which really keeps me motivated. And I tell this to Jason all the time, especially when, you know, he's watching Macy on Saturdays and I'm off studying. I always tell him, I say, once I'm done, and nobody can take it away from me. I might have to work my butt off. I might be studying mornings, nights, during lunches. I might be missing boating trips and all kinds of stuff. But once I'm done, no one can ever take that away from me. I'm a CPA and I did it. So like I said in the beginning, whether it be small little treats to keep you motivated in the short term, or some of your goals, or, you know, sayings or things that keep you motivated in the long term, you just have to find what's going to work for you. Again, for me, little treats help day by day, and when I'm having a rough day and I'm like, oh, is this worth it? Because trust me, I have those days. I don't necessarily think about quitting at all, because like I said, this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time. But some days I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. This is a lot, having a kid and studying. Like, this is just a lot of work for me. And these little sayings and knowing that once I'm done, and knowing that like my career could take off because of this and stuff like that, it just helps me go. It helps me keep going. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, like more specific about the process, I do have a bunch of videos that I have planned to do. I just have to get the time to do them, but I'm planning on doing a video about the process, like the application process, because that was seriously intense. Like how many different like loops, or how many different hoops you had to jump through. I also want to talk about the cost, because the review class is not the only cost that you have to pay for. There's other little things here and there that kind of go along with the hoops. So I want to do a video on that. If you guys have any other suggestions for videos relating to the CPA exam, let me know. Also, let me know down below what keeps you guys motivated. If you're studying in school, or if you're doing the CPA or any other certification, let me know what keeps you guys motivated, because I know a lot of people look for things. A lot of my viewers would love to know other suggestions for, you know, staying motivated. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you have any questions about anything, let me know down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.